As an electrician, one of your core responsibilities is verifying that all electrical installations meet the requirements of the relevant codes and standards. This includes scrutinizing design and calculations to ensure they align with those codes. Regarding the specific situation, the method of calculating service rating using 80% of the receptacle rating followed by dirty allowances does not comply with the 2020 National Electrical Code. Section 220.40b of the National Electrical Code states that receptacles must be rated no less than the calculated load. The code does not allow for deriving receptacles to 80% of their rating. It's important to understand the implications of this discrepancy. Using the 80% figure for service calculation can lead to an undersized service, meaning the electrical system may not adequately support the expected loads. This could cause problems such as tripped circuit breakers, overheated wiring, and potentially dangerous situations. The proper method involves calculating the actual load that will be connected to the receptacles. This calculation considers the types of devices plugged into the receptacles and their expected power consumption. Once you have this value, that is the number you use to rate the service. To address the situation with the electrical engineer, you should politely question the methodology. Explain that, according to the National Electrical Code, the service rating must be based on the actual load that will be connected to the receptacles. Further, provide the engineer with a copy of Section 220.40b of the National Electrical Code for their reference. It is crucial to have documentation of any concerns you have regarding non-compliant electrical designs. If the engineer chooses not to alter the design, you must document your concerns in writing and submit them to your supervisor or the authority having jurisdiction. This documentation protects you from liability and ensures that the electrical installation meets safety standards. Here are some important points to consider when calculating receptacle loads. Firstly, determine the actual load that will be connected to each receptacle. This is found by considering the types of devices that will be plugged into the receptacles and their power consumption in amps. Secondly, ensure the service rating is based on the actual load of the receptacles, as stipulated by National Electrical Code Section 220.40b. Thirdly, if you have any doubts or concerns about the design, it is essential to question them and seek clarification. Fourthly, always document your concerns in writing and submit them to your supervisor or the authority having jurisdiction if the design remains non-compliant. Fifthly, familiarize yourself with the relevant sections of the National Electrical Code, especially Article 220, which covers branch circuit, feeder, and service calculations. Sixthly, understand that although electrical engineers have expertise in design, electricians are responsible for ensuring the design is safe and code compliant during installation. Seventhly, remember that safety and compliance are paramount in all electrical installations, and any deviations from code can have serious consequences. Here is a more detailed explanation of the relevant National Electrical Code sections. Section 220.40b directly addresses receptacle loads in non-dwelling occupancies. It specifies that receptacle outlets must have an amp rating of no less than the calculated load. The calculated load is determined by considering the anticipated usage of the receptacles. Section 220.14 provides general guidelines for calculating branch circuit loads. It includes specific requirements for various types of loads, such as lighting, appliances, and motors. When calculating receptacle loads, you should refer to Table 220.14, which provides demand factors for general use receptacles in non-dwelling occupancies. These demand factors allow you to reduce the calculated load based on the likelihood that all receptacles will be used simultaneously at their maximum capacity. Section 555 addresses specific requirements for marinas and boatyards. It covers various aspects of electrical installations in these environments, including wiring methods, grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. Section 555.12 addresses load calculations for marina power outlets. It specifies that the load calculation must consider the connected load of the boats that will be using the power outlets. It also provides guidelines for determining the demand factors that can be applied to the load calculation. When calculating receptacle loads in a marina, you must consider the types of boats that will be using the power outlets. Larger boats typically require more power than smaller boats. The load calculation must account for the maximum power demand of the largest boats that are expected to use the marina. You should also consider the diversity of the load. Not all boats will be using their maximum power at the same time. The demand factors in section 555.12 allow you to reduce the calculated load based on the diversity of the load. In addition to the National Electrical Code, there may be local codes and regulations that apply to electrical installations in your area. You should consult with your local authority having jurisdiction to determine which codes and regulations are in effect. To provide further clarity, let's explore some common scenarios involving receptacle load calculations. Firstly, consider a general office space with multiple receptacles used for computers, printers, and other office equipment. To calculate the load for these receptacles, you would start by determining the total power consumption of all the equipment that is expected to be plugged in simultaneously. You would then apply the appropriate demand factors from Table 220.14 of the National Electrical Code to reduce the calculated load. Secondly, imagine a workshop with receptacles used for power tools such as drills, saws, and grinders. In this case, you would need to consider the high power demand of these tools. The load calculation must account for the maximum power consumption of the largest tools that are expected to be used simultaneously. Thirdly, consider a retail store with receptacles used for display lighting, cash registers, and other equipment. You would calculate the load based on the power consumption of all the equipment, and you would apply demand factors based on the diversity of the load. Fourthly, let's look at a restaurant with receptacles used for cooking equipment, refrigeration, and lighting. The load calculation must account for the high power demand of the cooking equipment and refrigeration units. You would also consider the diversity of the load, as not all equipment will be operating at its maximum capacity at the same time. Fifthly, consider a healthcare facility with receptacles used for medical equipment, patient monitoring systems, and lighting. The load calculation must account for the critical nature of the equipment and the need for reliable power. Demand factors may be limited in these types of facilities. The importance of accurate load calculations cannot be overstated. Undersized electrical systems can lead to overloads, which can cause tripped circuit breakers, overheated wiring, and even fires. Oversized electrical systems, on the other hand, can be wasteful and expensive. By following the National Electrical Code and accurately calculating receptacle loads, you can ensure that the electrical system is safe, reliable, and efficient. Here are some additional tips for performing accurate load calculations. Firstly, always use the latest edition of the National Electrical Code. The code is updated every 3 years, and it is important to stay up to date with the latest requirements. Secondly, consult with a qualified electrical engineer or inspector if you have any questions or doubts about the load calculation. These professionals can provide valuable guidance and ensure that the electrical system complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Thirdly, use a load calculation software program to simplify the process. There are many software programs available that can automate the load calculation process and help you avoid errors. Fourthly, keep detailed records of your load calculations. This documentation can be helpful if you ever need to troubleshoot problems or make changes to the electrical system. Fifthly, review your load calculations regularly. As the electrical loads in a building change over time, it is important to review your load calculations to ensure that the electrical system is still adequate. It is essential to understand the legal and ethical considerations surrounding electrical work. As a licensed electrician, you are responsible for ensuring that your work complies with all applicable codes and regulations. You also have a professional responsibility to protect the safety of the public. If you knowingly install an electrical system that is not code compliant, you could be held liable for any damages or injuries that result. In addition to legal and ethical considerations, there are also practical reasons to comply with the National Electrical Code. Code-compliant electrical systems are more reliable, safer, and more energy efficient. By following the National Electrical Code, you can help to ensure that the electrical systems you install will provide years of trouble-free service. If you encounter resistance from an engineer or other party regarding code compliance, it is essential to stand your ground and advocate for safety. Document all communications and decisions, and be prepared to escalate the issue to your supervisor or the authority having jurisdiction if necessary. Your commitment to code compliance and safety is crucial in protecting lives and property. Here's more on the authority having jurisdiction. The authority having jurisdiction is the entity responsible for enforcing the National Electrical Code and other electrical codes in your area. The authority having jurisdiction can be a local building department, a state electrical board, or another regulatory agency. It is important to know who the authority having jurisdiction is in your area and to comply with their requirements. The authority having jurisdiction has the authority to inspect electrical installations, issue permits, and enforce penalties for code violations. They also have the authority to interpret the National Electrical Code and other electrical codes. If you have any questions about the National Electrical Code or other electrical codes, you should contact the authority having jurisdiction in your area. They can provide you with guidance and clarification. Remember, as an electrician, you play a vital role in ensuring the safety of electrical systems. By understanding the National Electrical Code, performing accurate load calculations, and advocating for code compliance, you can help to protect lives and property. Always prioritize safety and adhere to the highest standards of electrical work. If you are unsure or have concerns about something in the design, then do not hesitate to ask. It is your responsibility as an electrician. The role of an electrical engineer is different from the role of the electrician. However, they must work together to make sure the design will work with the codes and regulations. In summary, the key is to base the service rating on the anticipated load. By adhering to these principles, you contribute significantly to electrical safety and code compliance.